If you are a new manager and you're struggling to stay motivated in your new role, or maybe you're an employee who's questioning whether or not you ever want to become a manager in the first place, this video is really going to be for you, because in it, I want to describe a key mindset shift that really helped me when I became a manager. And it's the mindset shift that I hear again and again makes the difference between being a successful manager and getting burnt out. So it's really going to help you as you move forward in your career. Before we dive in, I do want to say that if you are a regular to this channel, then welcome back. But if you're new, my name is Matt Chertsen. I'm a former Air Force instructor pilot, former talent development leader at SpaceX, and I now run a company called Built, where I get to work with some of the most innovative companies on the planet to train their leaders how to build teams capable of solving the world's hardest problems. If you like this video and you or your organization could use help with these kinds of challenges, please make sure to reach out to see if we can help. Okay, so in order to understand this mindset shift, I first want to talk about what the shift is, second, why it is so hard, and finally, what making this shift can do for you. The shift I'm talking about really boils down to a shift from focusing on problems to focusing on people. When you're an individual contributor, when you're a new employee, you are judged, you're rewarded for solving problems. The best way I ever heard this shift described was from a former engineer at SpaceX, where he said, the challenge is that you go to school and early in your career, you were told that the most important thing to do is to be the one up at the blackboard solving the problem, right? That's who you want to be. But as soon as you become a manager, your job isn't to be up at the board solving the problem. Your job is to be in the back of the room asking questions, right? And so that's what I mean by making this shift of thinking about everything through the point of view of how can I solve this problem, to thinking about it through how can I help others solve this problem. That's really the key shift. And it can sound really simple, but honestly, it's one of the hardest shifts to make. And I think there's a couple main reasons for that. First, it goes against everything that you've been rewarded for, right? You get promoted throughout your career based on your ability to solve problems. So it's natural to assume that you're going to continue to get promoted because of your ability to solve problems. But that's not really how it works anymore. The other thing making it so difficult is that honestly, when you look out at pop culture, everything talks about how leaders move forward based on their individual ability to solve problems. Honestly, with everything about AI, I was recently rewatching the movie Ex Machina, and it was interesting because in that movie, it portrays this lone genius, right? Who by himself created this massive company. And then when he created AI and created more than just AI, this amazing robotics as well, he didn't do it with his company that he created. He went by himself literally out into the wilderness to solve the problem. And we see this again and again in pop culture. And it kind of, in my opinion, it gives us the wrong impression. Because if we think about just about every example you can think of, SpaceX isn't SpaceX purely because of Elon's genius ability to solve problems. It's about his ability to enable others to solve a lot of problems. Same with Steve Jobs at Apple, same in all these places. It's not about that person individually solving the problems. It's about their ability to create systems where other people can solve incredible problems. And then the final reason why this shift is so hard is as simple as often nobody ever tells you. We promote people into manager roles without ever clearly explaining what this new role is about. And so that's why making this shift is so difficult, but there's a lot of payoffs if you can make this shift. If you can change your brain from being excited about solving problems to this new kind of problem in many ways of the people problem, helping other people solve these problems in the business, it can have amazing benefits to you, right? Like first off, you are no longer the bottleneck for your team. I've had a bunch of posts and a lot of videos in the past about how I've known leaders that left their team and felt proud that the team kind of fell apart after they left because it was proof that they were holding it all together. But in my opinion, all that's really proof of is that your team was nowhere near their potential, because if you're the one holding everything together, then you are the bottleneck, right? People are coming to you for decisions, to you for information. You're not empowering anybody, and thus the team can't get as much done. So if you can make this shift, then you are no longer the bottleneck. That means your team can be infinitely more productive, right? If you have all the members of your team able to act independently and make not all the decisions, they're still going to come to you. They still need you to knit everything together. But if they're coming to you, they're going to get more done. And if they're not coming to you, they're going to be able to get more done. And then if you think about the impact of those two things on you personally, right? You're not the bottleneck for your team is able to get more done. All of a sudden, that means you are a lot less stressed. And I really think this is ultimately the reason why so many managers get so burnt out, is because they can't make this shift. They take on all these new responsibilities of being a people leader and having to care about all these people problems, but they keep trying to solve the technical problems constantly as well. And they're the bottleneck. They're the one, all the productivity has to go through them. Thus they get stressed out, they get burnt out, and then either they get fired, they leave, they look for some other avenue, which isn't going to be effective. So if you want to be more effective as a leader, the key thing for you to do is make this mindset shift and realize that your job primarily is no longer to solve problems. It's to help others solve those problems. I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did, and I look forward to seeing you next time.